October 4th, 2015. Undead from Cleveland, you're listening to Video Game News Radio with your host, Kevin Baird.
Brian Baird.
Todd Anderson.
And Larry Mack.
All right, here we are, year 11, still doing the show. Or are we on year 12? We started in 2004.
It's all the same, dude.
Yeah, it is. It's 11 years.
A long way.
All right. Welcome, everyone.
Yep.
Don, you didn't get down to Cinema Wasteland on Friday. You were sad.
I did not. I didn't have anybody watch the kid.
People were asking about you. Where's Don?
Nobody said nothing, dude. Don't lie.
I'm not worried about it.
Just totally haven't.
Sure.
At least one person said it.
At least one.
Just one. Your tons of fans.
There was one. Out of the 6 people that were there was one person that was interested.
That's fine. I'll take that.
It was Dan James.
No.
It was Dan and then somebody else.
Ugh.
I forget who. It's Joe. All right, we're going to start with our top 20 titles of the week. Drinking game. You don't have to drink alcohol. We don't want to promote that on this show, except we promote it on this show.
Yeah.
Basically, we're going to list off the top 20 games according to Amazon this week, and if it's not actually a video game on the video game list, you have to drink. Pretty simple. And we'll let you know. Larry lets you know.
Everybody get your beverages ready.
If Larry knows it's a game or not, he lets you know. Number 20. It is the 1-month subscription to EVE Online.
Wow.
Not a game.
Okay. I'm torn because it's a subscription for the game, but
Yeah, but you're not getting the game. You're just getting 1 month of game time.
I'm going to go ahead and drink them.
What are you drinking, Larry? Pepto-Bismol after a long weekend?
Tonight we have Jackie O's Pub and Brewery Firefly Amber.
Holy crap.
Sure.
Did you buy that, or was it just some shit that you found in your fridge?
No, this was a what you call it?
Beavery?
This was a Winking Lizard, beer tour. I get my last one to go.
Number
So that
19.
I can bring them and share them with our fine VGN fans. So here you go, your Firefly Amber. It's a unique amber ale.
Fancy beer. I give up on. I'm giving up on Twitch this week. Doesn't want to work. I don't know what's wrong with Twitch for me.
Because it's called Twitch. It just sounds,
Twitchy.
Yeah.
I'll mess with it again a little bit. We are on YouTube, though, as always. I just don't know why. Twitch doesn't want to work. Number 18, NBA 2K16 for the Xbox One. That's a game. Number 17, Link Amiibo Super Smash Bros. Series. Drink. It's an action figure. Number 16 is the Rock Band 4 Band in a Box bundle.
Band of the Hand.
Xbox One. It is a game, because it comes with the game, the guitar, and the drums, and the microphone, and it's $250.
What a bargain.
It's crazy. You know I've never played Rock Band or Guitar Hero?
Really?
I have managed to get through life not playing either.
Strangely, I cannot make that same claim. I have played each of them once.
Crazy.
You know what? I play Guitar Hero, but I don't play with the guitar. I play with the regular controller. It throws everybody off. They get all mad. They're like, "Don't you want the guitar?" I'm like, "No."
And then do you just smash the guitar afterwards? You just
Well, they ask, and then it's like, "Well, no, because I can play a real guitar, so don't give me that thing."
you think you can play real guitar, though?
And then I brag.
You're all smug about it.
I get all smug. I'm like, "Hey, no, I play real guitar with strings and stuff on them."
I'm a true artist. I don't
I
know.
am an artiste.
The artist formerly known as Anderson.
Yeah. The artist formerly known as that. Fuck it.
All right.
Conversation killer.
trying to do a different Twitch. We'll try London. That'll work, sure.
London.
After midnight.
Number 15, the Wii U balance board.
Wii U.
Also for the...
Now, wait a minute. Not only is that not a game, but weren't we making fun of this on the top 20 list 10 years ago?
It's happened to be up 50% this week. So,
Still?
you know,
People are buying it again?
people like their, people like it. I don't know what to tell you, Larry. Strong feelings of like
Yeah.
towards the
Saying. I mean,
balance board.
like 10 years ago, we were saying number 3, the Wii balance board. Number 2, the fucking mat to put the Wii balance board on your floor.
The Wii itself.
Yeah,
Okay.
we.
Ah, almighty.
That doesn't work.
Yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. I'm looking at this other thing.
Oh,
Trying to get the Twitch stream to work, but it's just not working.
I'm getting.
All right, let me get through the list. I'll get to your guys' talk, and then I can mess with it. Number 14, Skylanders Superchargers Drivers. Hey, God, it's not a game. Drink. Number 13, generic Sony PlayStation 3 Slim Edition Power Plug.
Also not a game.
Not a game in dub. I don't even know why it's on this list. Number 12, Super Mario Maker for the Wii U. That's arguably a game, so don't drink. Number 11, Disney Infinity 3.0 Edition. That comes with the game, so it counts as a game. Number 10, the InSassy AC Power Adapter for the Xbox One. Not a game.
Sassy.
Number 9, Lego Movie Unikitty Fun Pack.
Mhm.
Seriously. It's a Lego Kitty Cat Fun Pack.
No, it's Unikitty.
Yeah.
Because it's a kitty with a unicorn horn.
You're totally right, which is scary that you know that.
Dude, the Lego movie is awesome.
Okay, that's not a game, though. Drink.
Not a game.
Number 8, the PlayStation Vita USB cable. Not a game. Drink.
Drink again.
Number 7, the Nintendo AV cable. Bulk packaging for the Super NES. Not a game. Drink. Number 6, Assassin's Creed Unity for the PlayStation 4. Number 5 is Warner Home Video Games Lego Dimension Doctor Who. Not a game. Drink. What kids are buying the Doctor Who place?
Lots, believe it or not.
Doctor Who shit, do they?
Doctor Who.
Yeah, everybody watches the Doctor Who nowadays.
Really?
I think so.
I don't know.
They need to stop because it's awful. It's unwatchable.
Number 4, the Xbox $15 gift card. Number 3, the Skylanders Superchargers vehicle. It's just dumb. Just drink. Number 2, Skylanders Superchargers drivers. I'm just going to make up the end of these for now on, so I don't have to look them up. So this one's the Skylanders Superchargers Drive Smash Your Face bundle. Not a game. Drink. And number 1, up 1,041% this week, is the PlayStation Vita portable charger. There you go, folks.
There you go.
That's what you get. That's what you're doing to gaming. You're buying this crap instead of buying real games. Let's just do our play date. These are the games coming out this week that you could buy instead of power supplies and adapters. On Tuesday, we have Rock Band 4. Some of you have chosen to purchase, even though it's $250. And Transformers Devastation, which apparently no one has decided to buy. It's not on the list. Wednesday, nothing. Thursday, for the 3DS, we have Chibi Robot Ziplash. For the PlayStation Vita, we have Mikyu no Chika ni Shisu. You can drink on that one.
Drink.
And multi-platform, we have Pro Yaku Famitsu Returns. And on Friday, for the PlayStation 3, for the PlayStation 4, nobody bought this either, Uncharted, the Nathan Drake Collection. So, You should all flog yourselves.
Yeah.
Shame.
We just commence.
Brian, tell us about your week while I mess with Twitch.
Well, I went to Cinema Wasteland, as we all know, on Friday, and it was devastating results. There weren't very many survivors. No, I went on Friday, and I got there around 2, checked into my room, and I got this great room. They're redoing all the rooms, and mine apparently it was the same size. It just seemed larger because I guess they just pushed everything off to the side. So I got plenty of room to spread out, and then I had to beg other people to tell everybody what my room was in because I don't have a phone. So I was like, I'm gonna be all alone. Let me see. Bought a bunch of movies. I bought a T-shirt from The Blind Dead. Looks pretty cool. It's the skeleton with the goatee. I'm like, there we go. And then I bought The Sentinel on Blu-ray, which is pretty old but pretty decent flick. I got Wormwood on Blu-ray. That's that Australian Mad Max meets The Night of the Living Dead sort of kind. It's a fun movie. Fuck it. And I got some old one that has Harry Belafonte when he looked like he's like 19, which I enjoy that when it's post-apocalyptic sort of, like there's a nuclear war, but oddly all the buildings are standing and, there's just like garbage and cars parked in the wrong spot. That's what they thought the war would be like back in the 60s, I guess. And let me see, I've been playing more Mad Max on my PS4. It's a game that once you actually figure it the fuck out, because of course I downloaded it and buy it with actual instructions. I thought it was a lot better, once I started getting the hang of it and figuring some certain things out. But I have to go online every so often. I'm like, okay, how do I take out the sniper? Because I don't have anything except, every time I get close, you start shooting the fuck out of my car. And then you drive like miles away, and he somehow is still hitting your car. So there's some obvious glitches there. But and if you want to know how you do it, you have a harpoon. You basically just pull the thing down. I'm like, oh, that's going to be fun, which it is. Then the car combat's great, except for when I'm like, hitting the wrong things or not turning correctly, or I'm, something's between me and my console, and so I can't actually turn the car. And I'm screaming and shit. And that's about it. I got back home Saturday morning because I woke up at 6 a.m. Saturday after all the partying we did, and it was a lot of fun. A lot of people were like, yeah, you guys didn't have that much fun because I wasn't there, and I'm like, whatever. It's probably better if they weren't there. But yeah, a lot of people came in there. We all just basically not so much singing, but a lot of laughs, and people just nobody. I swear to God, everybody that left, nobody said goodbye. Like Kevin didn't say, he just disappeared. Larry just disappeared.
I totally said goodbye.
Nobody heard you. You
probably
was
yelling at me. He's like, "You leaving?"
Oh, I don't know.
Everyone's like, "Boo!"
Oh, I vaguely remember that now.
Yeah.
And Kevin got me something to listen to. I don't know if it's music or whatever. I'm always sort of curious as to what he gets. And I got Kevin a really cool toy, which he'll describe later.
I think I got Twitch working.
So
I think I did.
That's pretty much it, man. Just waiting, trying to figure out my license situation, but I'm not going to go into that again because I did that 4 years ago. It's the same thing for 4 years ago, but this time they really want to see the paperwork. Apparently, somewhere between then and now, I've become a terrorist. So tomorrow I got to go find. I guess the Canadian consulate is actually here in Ohio, Cleveland area somewhere. So I'm going to go see if I can find them and beg them for my birth certificate, and they'll probably say no. And I got to try to get a hold of immigration because I'm like, look, I need this expedited because. You guys give me like the transportation department said you got 2 months to get all this shit together, and you guys are telling me you're backed up to 2014. What the fuck? You're like,
if you're backed up to 2014, you're in good shape.
So they're like, well, what's the problem? Like, well, I'm going to lose my job. They're like, okay, we'll put that in there. And then I got a thing in the mail saying, well, you didn't prove that you're going to lose your job, so we're denying it. I'm like, what? So. It's just.
How do you prove that you're going to lose your job?
Exactly. Well, I'm going to letter from my boss. I'm going to fire his ass if he doesn't get his license renewed. He said, "You sound serious." I'm like, fuck.
Brian is an American citizen. He lacks the paperwork.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Brian became an American citizen. He did not, however, become good at keeping track of things like paperwork or,
No, my paperwork just disappears on me every time I turn around. So all my life is like, it's gone.
Paperwork's dumb.
It is. Just give me a chip. Put a chip in me, I'll be fine.
Yeah, you can find one.
Potato chip.
Yeah, he does that.
Put a Pringles in my arm, I'll just eat it. Oh, I'm not. Dumb.
All right, I think Twitch is working now. my fault. I think I was using the wrong codec.
Oh,
Maybe. We'll see. Might just be broken. Like, he's going to sit on that now loading screen forever. John?
what?
What did you do instead of go to Cinema Wasteland this week?
Fuck, sat at home. I didn't do much of nothing this week, as usual. My life's pretty boring. I mean,
You didn't work?
no, I didn't work over the weekend. I worked during the week. Nothing major there. Saw Dolph Ziggler, professional wrestler. I don't know if that was this week or last week. It all starts to blend together. But I didn't do anything. I didn't go up to his table or nothing. Wanted to.
Dolph Ziggler?
Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler. You're thinking
I
of.
think my name is better.
You're thinking of Dirk Diggler,
Yeah. It's metal.
who I would definitely not want to go up and.
You wouldn't want to grapple with him in a steel cage?
There was no reason for me to talk to Dirk Diggler.
You didn't just jump on him, hardcore belt? You know,
No, I wanted to.
Off the
smash
turnbuckle.
his table
Facing the
right there.
turnbuckle.
I mean, I wanted to, but you know, there's other people there that are like, I don't know if you should do that. And it's like, yeah, but who cares about you? You know, I should
Yeah,
just do
we
what
want
I
to be
want.
entertained.
Yeah, but yeah, there's nothing really other than that. Let's see. You know, I got the kid for the week. I got her here. I still have her for tonight. I have to take her to school in the morning. And I didn't go to Cinema Wasteland.
Get your phone.
It's not me.
Who actually has a phone that rings?
It's me! That's what we finally.
Your house phone? Do you have a house phone?
Yes, I have a house phone.
Why do you have a house phone?
Fuck all of you. Goddamn questions.
Who has a house phone?
Who has a house phone?
I just can't afford one.
Mature grown-up adults.
Right. People who can afford one.
Yeah.
Yeah, those landlines are pretty pricey nowadays. I mean, $10-12 a month or something, maybe, if that.
Is it? I have no idea. I don't have one. Yeah. No, nothing. I didn't do anything. Fucking the Browns lost.
Who they play this time?
Chargers.
Oh.
And
No,
then
they lost to my Raiders last Sunday. I was like, yeah.
the team, my fantasy football team that hasn't won, looks like they're going to beat Melville. I'm going to beat Melville this week,
I haven't seen Melville in ages.
which I don't know if is a good idea or not because I don't want him coming after me. But
He's like 9 feet tall.
right, you know, but whatever. He's not.
Alien coming in your house.
I haven't won, so I got to get in there. And then my other league, I'm 3-0, but I might lose. So, irony. That's all I got, man. I got nothing for this week. I got nothing every week. It's the same thing every week. What did you do? I did nothing. I worked. And then maybe like an Adam story. I saw Bob Maher. He finally showed back up after like a year and a half. He called me Friday night and asked me if I was home, and I said, yeah, and he came over. He had quite a story. Not that I'm going to share it here because I can't.
Is it wrong?
Well, I mean, if there weren't strangers listening, just the four of us, then I would have no problem saying everything. But otherwise, I'd have to put it into code and shit. But
Ixnay on the pot A. Oh, wait, I said pot. And,
it doesn't mean anything. I don't know. But it does have to do with getting busted, so there you go.
oh, yeah, we don't want.
We totally want to hear about that. What are you
Totally.
talking about?
Well, he got busted, that's all. He got pulled over and he got arrested and for some stuff. And that's why I haven't
He's
seen...
Chinese and American.
Exactly. He was Chinese. He was driving around without an abacus. And, he refused to do laundry.
Damn.
Am I being racist? I'm sorry.
Phone calls are on their way.
Yeah, right. So he got busted, like probation and all kinds of stupid stuff. You know, he was like, I was on probation and I had to go to all these meetings, and it's like I didn't want to come over and be the guy that was, whatever.
Bringing down the crowd.
Yeah, so I was like, whatever, dude, I don't give a shit. But then, oh, go ahead. No, that's cool. I was gonna say,
You got something, so
yeah, no, I got it in. Go ahead.
All right. Larry, how was your week?
It was a week. Let's see. So Monday,
Thank you, Larry.
I I have returned to my previous duties, playing volleyball out on the east side. So Monday, I got back into playing some volleyball. Got some like crazy bruise on like this spot on my hand that makes like no sense how you would get a bruise on that spot on your hand from playing volleyball. Except it's like right along. If you do palm reading, it's like right along the line of your head and the line of your life where they intersect, which basically means to me that's somebody's way of saying that I'm a dumbass and that's why my life is the way it is.
You should play volleyball.
Yeah. So that was Monday. Tuesday, we wrapped up our triumphant run as the defending champions of Speed Quiz at Dina's. They finally said, you know what, we're just not even going to do the speed quiz anymore because nobody can even mount a respectable challenge to Spock's brain. They've become such a dynasty. We're just going to retire it because it's just getting silly watching people come in here and get humiliated week after week. Let's see. Wednesday and Thursday, I worked my friggin' balls off at work, trying to get all my month-end shit done, and I did. You know me. And so that Friday, I could take the entire day off and really just get out, do a bunch of running around, get everything I needed to get done in time for Cinema Wasteland. Instead, I did some laundry, fell asleep on the couch watching Law & Order reruns, played some Lord of the Rings, and then, like, at 5:30, I was like, oh, shit, I should probably find out if there's a room and stuff, and wound up having to, like, pick up some beer at the last minute at the gas station on my way up there, so that Friday I could hang out at Cinema Wasteland, do some...
We're glad to see you there, man, you know.
Do some King Diamond sing-alongs, went downstairs, watched the Elvira Halloween episode of The Fall Guy with Oz. Saturday, I went to my buddy's drunken Oktoberfest party at his place, drank a bunch of his homemade beer, did some Hammerschlagen in the rain, and did some more drinking. Then after that, went over to Cindy's for some homemade lasagna because I am a giant fat ass who always eats. And then because I know Kevin enjoys it when I shoot the entire show in the foot and bring everybody down, today I came home to more bad news on the Kanye front, so more thoughts and prayers to
Yeah.
him. And that was my week.
Okay. Well, I went to Cinema Wasteland as well, and there was lots of talk about men having their penises out.
Yeah, that was pretty much when I decided to go downstairs and watch some movies.
Come on. Don't be a prude.
People just walking around saying gay happens a lot. And so
somehow that doesn't happen with me very often at all.
I don't understand what was happening, but I just went with it. No, it was funny. C showed up.
That was a surprise.
Larry, Joe, a whole bunch of people were there on a Friday, which is unusual because it was Angie's last day before she sailed off to Altoona, Pennsylvania, where she'll be bored out of her mind. And yeah, so that was it. I don't know. Saw my friend Mark from California.
Yeah, that was a surprise too.
Used to work at Tiffany's with him. He's a pretty funny guy. He actually is staying 2 streets over from me. I didn't even realize that until we talked about it. I was like, that's pretty funny. You're like 2 streets over. You can call me if you're bored. So far, he hasn't called me, assuming he's not bored. No, nobody's penises were out during the actual show. It was like a conversation.
Well, there might have been. Nobody remembers.
Yeah.
The first rule of Cinema Wasteland is don't talk about Cinema Wasteland.
There was some conversation about an incident that happened 25 years ago. Somebody, I don't know. I wasn't there for it, thank God. I don't know too much about it.
Neither was I. I want to throw that out there. I was not a part of that incident. Larry Mack does not partake in such activities.
Although, when they talked about Brian whipping his dick out, I have been there for that. That's
always good. Always a crowd pleaser.
Who hasn't been there?
Sticking it on the TV.
Right. I love Slayer. I love Slayer sticking it in the radio.
Just whatever works.
Wherever it can go. Wherever it's warm, that's what he told me.
Well, yeah.
Wherever it's warm.
It feels good.
Kevin busting out the sad Sabotage tunes.
Yeah, I just added a bunch of Sabotage CDs, and I haven't had time yet to pull out the ones that are metal. This is not one of the metal.
You had to go with All That I Bleed.
Yeah, it's because thinking about Kanye. It picks up here at the end. All right, let's move on.
All right,
We got quite a bit of news.
okay. Let's dissect the day's events, Kevin.
Thor 3
2-1.
scores an unexpected director.
Yeah, it did.
Out of all the Marvel standalone films, the Thor entries are arguably the weakest links. However, it
Not
looks
for
as
long. New director, Old School Cinema Joe, is going to be directing the new Thor movie. You heard it here first, folks.
It would be awful. I'm not sure I'm excited about this, though. He goes, however, it looks as though the studio plans on shaking things up for the Norse god's third outing, Thor Ragnarok. The Wrap confirms that Taika I can't say this guy's name. Waititi has entered into negotiations to direct. Waititi is perhaps best known for this year's vampire mockumentary, What We Do in the Shadows, and for directing episodes of New Zealand's amusing TV export, Flight of the Conchords. He beat out Zombieland's Ruben Fleischer and Dodgeball's Ross and Marshall Thurber for the gig, leading us to that Marvel is aiming for another comedic slant in Thor's next outing.
He was the big get. Some guy that did a TV show in New Zealand and a movie that nobody heard of.
Yeah, and it's going to be with a comedic bent.
Awesome.
It's going to be like a buddy movie.
Yeah. Because it's, the Thor movies have always been so dark and brooding as it is. I mean, they're
the
not
second
already...
one actually was pretty dark. And,
and they still threw a bunch of retarded, funny nonsense into it, which is why it didn't work. Because it's like all dark and grim, and then it's like, here's 3 seconds of comedy, and now the world's going to end, and here's Natalie Portman not doing anything useful. And
yeah, they probably don't need Natalie Portman in there, but
the Thor movies suck, is basically what I'm saying.
Gotta have
Not as bad as the Hulk movies.
attention. Yeah, that's the worst.
Yeah, but they at least had the good sense to give up on those. When was the last time they tried to make the Hulk again? I think they learned their lesson after the Edward Norton one.
Yeah, they're not going to make another Hulk movie. They've said as much. Though they did sign Ruffalo for was an 8-picture deal. So
as long as he's in the Avengers, it's okay.
Planet Hulk.
I'm sure it's all cameo and cross.
Planet Hulk.
Sam?
There's that series, the comic book series, Planet Hulk. They'll do a movie for Planet Hulk.
Yeah, it's probably a cartoon. Just better. More believable. Well, anyway, there's enough superhero movies anyway. They don't need to make that right now. They can come back to it.
Right.
Halo 5 is going to have 4-player co-op. That'll be interesting.
Wasn't that nice?
Microsoft has bought Havok, the physics engine, for pretty much every game ever. Played a 3D game with any kind of simulated physics in the last decade, the odds are good that Havok had a hand in it. The 3D physics middleware company has helped you knock virtual objects off of shelves in more than 600 games, including Skyrim, Uncharted 3, Assassin's Creed Unity, to name a fraction of its reach. And now it has a new home, Microsoft. Microsoft plans to put Havok, which it purchased from Intel, to work on building out its cloud computation platform for games. In other words, they're going to help make sure that the destructible buildings in Crackdown 3 online multiplayer fall down extra good, as well as helping out on other projects. Don't worry, this doesn't mean that all non-Microsoft games will have to start gluing down their loose items. Havok will continue to license its development tools out to external developers, and now Microsoft will get a cut of those handsome licensing fees. Anyway, we'll see if anything changes.
Because that won't just make all those other developers decide to go ahead and use some other shitty engine.
Right. Well,
They'll totally be like, well, we could try some other lame engine or pay Microsoft.
it depends on the it depends on the EULA or whatever. There's totally going to be some terms in there about sacrificing firstborn children and everything. We got to go to something else. Can't use this anymore. Lots enough children on the last outing. All Xbox One controllers will be remappable eventually, says the Xbox director. I don't really care about that. I'm sure somebody does. I guess if you're a handicap, and you only got like one hand that works, then you might want to remap buttons. But I always wonder, like, are those one-handed people really playing video games? You know what I mean?
They can do it.
Can they? With the 2 analog sticks, with one hand?
Sure.
I don't know, man. I mean, maybe. I'm sure they play some games, like, you could probably play a real-time strategy game. Just to get with the mouse, one-handed, just clicking on stuff.
The sound of one-hand gaming.
I mean,
But like a game controller, like the Xbox controller, like this article's talking about. I don't know.
you got 6 spots you got to cover. You know what I mean?
You got trigger buttons too, and
Right. So, yeah. You got the sticks, the buttons, and then you got spots on 5 fingers. You're fucked.
5-finger punch.
or maybe you can use your feet. You ever see those people on like TV that don't have any arms? They just use their feet to eat and shit.
Yeah, but I don't think they're really people. I think they're machines.
And they're just like, maybe they play video games with their feet. Sure, why not? Trigger buttons might be a little hard to get into there.
Well, there has to be some challenges, otherwise what's life worth,
Be all upset. I don't know.
If you sit in a squatting position, you can use your hands on you can use your one hand on the controller with your feet. Yeah.
Now it's Pantera. See how he took it up a notch. They're playing background music this week. We're trying to see how it works out. So far, we haven't gotten disconnected. Usually we get a warning. Got banned before from YouTube for posting up stuff on YouTube. But I don't know. We'll just see how it goes. Because YouTube's changed around now because they let you stream games, like, legally through their system. And games have soundtracks. Games have songs and stuff. So, they can't be that critical about it.
Right.
Or maybe they can't. I don't know. So far, so good. And Twitch doesn't usually seem to care because they kind of know. So.
You're like, whatever.
Unreleased N64 game surfaces after 16 years.
Oh my God.
We're looking for it this whole time.
History is littered with the bones
How
of
the fuck did you lose it?
Like Viewpoint 2064, the unreleased sequel to Sammy's 1992 Neo Geo shooter Viewpoint.
Neo-Nazi
The
Geo.
Nintendo 64 project was first and last seen at Nintendo's Space World event in 1999 before being canceled, uncanceled, and disappearing for good. Well, maybe not for good. A prototype cartridge for the game materialized last month on eBay, where it sold for nearly $3,000.
Mm-hmm.
That would probably be the end of the story if it hadn't been for YouTuber Rama Shotten, who contacted the buyer and requested some gameplay footage. Anyway,
All right.
I don't know. Who's buying a game that's not done for $3,000?
Freak.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got money to blow. There's all kinds of games that are not done that I'm sure somebody will sell you for $3,000.
At least.
You know what the idea is? The idea is I'll pay this much for it, but I bet you there's somebody out there who'll pay even more for it.
I just don't. I never got into prototype stuff because I just felt like that's just half-baked. It never got released. There's so much prototype crap out there. It's not worth that much. Now, granted, if you had the prototype console that one dude has that's the Nintendo PlayStation, that's different. That's kind of super, like, everybody knows about that thing. But this is like some unreleased N64 game. Like, it's just, it's not good. $3,000. And the other thing is you can't tell if prototypes are, like, actual prototypes. Like, because in China or something, they can just get the cartridge put a program on the chip and tell you that it's a prototype, and, you know, I don't know. It doesn't matter.
It matters.
It matters.
It's weird to me that people want to, you know, blow that kind of money on.
Somebody.
Like, who is that guy that spent $3,000 on that?
Who's Johnny? They said.
It's fine.
Man tries to pawn Sega Genesis with meth inside. Sonic may be the
It didn't
fastest
work.
thing alive, but our subject today surrounds a different type of speed. On September 29th, a 31-year-old man was arrested by police in Georgia and charged with how do I say this? Methamphetamine possession. What's this methamphetamine? I'm thinking
I'm thinking that's all right.
Charged with meth possession after unknowingly attempting to pawn the illicit substance. According to the officers, I'm not saying his name, entered a pawn shop around 5 p.m. Tuesday and attempted to hawk a Sega Genesis, while employees were hesitant to purchase the retro console, citing low demand. They inspected it anyway and discovered a bag of crystal meth inside the cartridge slot. That's great. Jared denied ownership, but was arrested shortly thereafter when police arrived on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
That's not my bad. I just need money to go buy some of that right there. You know, he's probably selling it to get enough cash to buy meth, and little does he know there's meth already in it. Anyway, it wasn't much though. So the estimated street value of the meth was $15. I'm not an expert on meth, but I'm thinking that's probably
That's not a whole lot.
like a granule of meth.
I will
Somehow
take
knew that it was meth. If it was me, I'd be like, you got some rock candy stuck in the cartridge slot. I'm going to get a thing and vacuum cleaner and blow that out of there.
Some guy in a suit with a fucking big goddamn bulge in his jacket's like, I turned the tape in. I'll be very disappointed if I can't find it, if you know what I mean. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, come here, you. You just look guilty.
Oculus Rift, we were just talking about this last week. Oculus Rift likely will cost more than, ready? $350 when it ships.
That's not too bad.
No compromises were made in terms of quality, says founder. Here's my suggestion. Do not buy this. Don't buy it. Don't buy any of them. Well, maybe buy the Sony one if there's a game you want to play on it, but because first generation, it's, you know, there's not going to be a lot of stuff for it, and you know they're going to come out with better ones. Better resolution, better optics, lighter weight, better sound. You know, buying the first one is just a recipe for disappointment. Unless you're that guy that's got $3,000 to spend on a shitty prototype.
Yeah, most of them.
$350. You know what's funny? I'll tell you what's funny.
Tell us what's funny, Kevin.
I have one of those Amazon Echoes, right? So you can talk to it.
Hello?
Hello? Play something.
Oh, it's an Amazon Echo.
So I ask it. It understands me almost all the time.
Kevin, I understand you.
But I ask it, I said, play BGN radio.
No.
And it always hears BGN radio.
What?
And you can't sit there and go, you know, Victor Greg Norman or something. Why would you do that? Well,
It would be Victor Golf November. That's why it's not working for you.
okay. But, so it has a thing where it's like, did it, you know, on the app, it's like, did it hear you right? And I said, no. And I sent it into Amazon, and I said, you know, I tried to play VGN radio, and it wouldn't work. And the guy at Amazon, whoever he is, wrote me back and said, I tried both VGN radio and video game news radio, and they both worked for me. And I'm thinking to myself, I did not tell that guy that I was trying to listen to video game news radio. So he knew VGN radio was video game news radio. So he didn't really help me, though. But
I mean, a quick Google search will probably find that, right?
yeah, I mean, he could have been like trying to figure it out. Like, what is he trying to find? Although, if you find VGN radio on TuneIn, it's actually the heavy metal show. It's not video game news radio. So the fact that he threw that out there was weird. If he would have even come back and said, and I tried tumbling with Tumbleweed.
That's where you would have gone, all right, hold on. Who are you?
Back it up. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
What you know?
Oh, no.
It's the Tumbling with Tumbleweed show.
People don't listen to this show, but they do know about it. They've heard stories.
Oh, they know.
Yeah,
They know.
there's
stories. Like a
lore.
like
They,
Yeah, like they can't believe it's still on the air.
they unwrap it. Oh, my God, there's that show.
Like, he's still doing it?
Fucking show.
Ah, that's so annoying.
Steam Top 10 this week. Number 10, Cities Skylines. Number 9, Sniper Elite 3. Number 8, H1Z1. Number 7 is Rocket League. Number 6 is Arma 3. Number 5 is Fallout 4. Number 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, The Phantom Pain. That one's always in all caps, too, which is weird. Number 3,
Shout it. Shout it out loud.
Survival Evolved. Yeah, I got neighbors. Number 2, Grand Theft Auto 5. And number 1, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Target has suggested that there is a $50 PlayStation 4 price drop coming to the U.S. It's probably for the Christmas deals that are bound to happen. It's getting cheaper now. It'll be what, $300 or $350? I don't even know what the normal price of it is at this point. It's getting cheaper. Oh, yeah. So the normal price is $399. So it'll be $349. And a lot of times it comes with the game now too. Like there's an Uncharted bundle.
Well, if you buy a game, you get a game? Come on.
System. You get the Uncharted collection, you get 3 games. They're, games that already came out, but whatever. And also, finally, Sony maybe giving up the ghost on the PlayStation Vita. Sony's worldwide studio boss was stating the obvious when he told the audience at EGX that the climate is not healthy for a successor to the company's struggling handheld console, PlayStation Vita. But sometimes even the obvious makes for an interesting statement, depending on who's stating it. Now, I'm not going to read this whole thing, but they did say that Sony is no longer making games for the Vita. So, you know, if the parent company's not making games for it, it's pretty much over. I mean, some people in Japan, some of those Japanese
Somebody's
developers,
pissed. They bought a Vita, and they're like, what the fuck?
yeah, they'll be supporting it forever, but at some point they'll probably wind down manufacturing if they haven't already. They just have a big warehouse full of them.
With a landfill.
I mean, the thing is, though, Nintendo's killing it, you know? They sold like 55 million 3DSs. They're like, whatever, handheld's great. We're killing you guys.
Kill you!
Sony just is not good at supporting anything other than PlayStation. I don't know why. Anyway, that's it for the news. We got some email, and we'll wrap it up.
Woo.
Watch that. Oh, shit.
Zombie
Watch
show.
that,
Nobody really could tell us whether they liked it or not last night.
I can tell you.
You
like
were
it,
there.
but I think it's... I don't care about the characters.
Right.
I wish I cared more about them, because the stakes aren't there. If they die, I'm happy about them. Woo! So far, anyway. Maybe I'll grow to like some of them. Probably not.
Yeah, they're a bit irritating.
I'm also missing, like, a focal point. Like, who's the main... Like,
Right.
Rick is the main character of The Walking Dead. Who's the main character of Fear the Walking Dead? Is it the
Dad.
wife? It's the
Yeah.
dad?
I think, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it can't be the wife because she basically, her role is to agree
Make
with
favor.
whoever is in the room with her. Because, you know, she's all like, you know, oh my God, Ruben Blades is evil. We need to stop him. Okay, well, I was just in the room with him, and now I totally agree with everything he's doing, and you're all wrong. And yeah, the dad, you know, I need to get my family out of here, but I also need to make sure that I, you know, serve, you know, the military commander because I'm like our mayor for some reason or something. They put me in charge.
Yeah, I'm the mayor.
For no
I'm like,
obvious reason. They picked me out of a hat to
Yeah.
be liaison.
and then the guy that did that's now like, well, where did he go? Because
Yeah.
They're kind of like, well, fuck you, we're out of here. I'm like, that's a good idea.
Right.
And I think I can still name one actual character on the show.
Well, it's not too bad.
Like everybody else, it's Ruben Blades, or it's Cliff Curtis, or it's the wife, or
I don't know any of their names.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the heroin kid is Nick, but I want him to die, so that doesn't really matter. I actively want him to die soon.
The heroin kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so friggin' annoying. They should have just chucked him over the wall immediately.
Right. And then the other kid, he's so whiny.
Oh yeah. The one who's where it's like, we need to get out of here. No, I need to film the riot and the people getting eaten by zombies because that way I can put this on YouTube.
And be famous.
Yeah. Dumbass.
Aren't they all?
Tonight's last episode, so
Eric
I'm gonna toughen
writes into and at videogamenews.com. It's his question.
Answer.
How do I see how much money I've contributed on Patreon? I know what I pledge for each show, but was wondering lifetime contribution. I got to be getting to some sort of gold or platinum level with you guys.
Yeah, you'll get a keychain or something.
Yeah. Well,
thanks for donating. It's we're not
send
getting
Brian out to your house
anymore.
to give you a handy.
The amount of money that it shows that we get per show is never actually how much. That's how much is pledged, but a lot of you guys don't really put in real credit card numbers. So when it actually cashes out, it's not very much.
Yeah, their system isn't exactly top notch. Like, you can't figure out that 0000000 isn't a real credit card. It's like, thank you for donating.
It's like a blank check when you're going to put money in the bank,
Even when it
hoping you get away with it, but you're not going to get away with it.
When it fails, though, it leaves that person and their pledge there, and we'll try it again next month. So it's it just keeps going, and I don't know. Now it's down to 65 a show. It probably gets half that, which we're grateful for. But anyway, I've decided that I'm gonna get off a week during the Christmas time. That's when I'm gonna start working on the USB stuff again. There's a guy that I think posted earlier that has all of the shows finally organized into at least something manageable, and put them up on Dropbox for me. So gonna get those and start distributing the USB sticks as promised to everybody. But yeah, it's a little bit of work. It's not crazy work, but it's a little bit of work. Got to write addresses on envelopes, stick that thing in there, copy the show on there, put the postage on it, mail it out.
Go to the post office and talk to a human.
That's all this bullshit.
Ugh, God, the worst part.
But thanks, Eric, for helping us. Keeps the lights on at Anderson and Larry's house. Brian just forgets that he even has the money.
Yeah, Brian has $7 billion in his PayPal account that he forgot about.
Yeah, but I bet you it's the PayPal that I don't know about, because I go to my PayPal, it's no, there's nothing there.
There wasn't anything this past month, but we'll try to get in this month. They don't cash it out though until the middle of the month for some reason. It's kind of random. They send me a message and say they do it. I get an email.
It's been 23 and a half days. We decided to
Patreon, and there's fees, and I don't know. And I use it to pay the bill for Libsyn, and then distribute it to the rest of you guys if there's something worth distributing, which last time there wasn't.
There you go.
And also, I didn't post up the show
Get up for that one.
last week because we ran out of space on Libsyn, and I don't want to spend more money increasing the space because it eventually falls off the beginning of the month. So I have to wait. So I'll get it up there this week with this show. So Eric again writes to Preacher at videogamenews.com, and he said, just finished Preacher Book 1. That's
nice.
some fucked up shit.
That's great.
Thanks for recommending it, Brian.
Glad you like it, man. That's a fucking great comic.
Sly Cooper wrote to Baby Oil with Anderson at videogamenews.com. It's a Don and crew.
There.
what was the most fucked up thing that happened to you while playing a game? For me, I was playing an MMO, and this character that looked like a chick came up to me and started telling me that I looked hot and sexy to my character and began requesting items from me. Turns out that this chick was actually a dude and was trying to seduce me into giving him items. That was Brian.
Did you give up items? Did you give him an item?
You met Brian online. That's what happened. And yeah, what is the story about getting baby oil with Anderson? It's been alluded to on past shows, but never told.
Oh, it's great.
No.
It's been told many times.
Yeah,
No, it's
you can't
not.
go wrong. Come on.
That story has been struck from the records.
Oh, don't be like that. Inquiring minds want to know.
I used to give it in my act.
I mean, I feel bad for you, dude, because you kind of like just were there, and also you just like looked at him.
It was just a random stupid
This
thing.
cold look you give him, like, dude, that's fucked up.
I was a story though about buying the case of beer with James, the duct tape and the Vaseline.
The tape and the zip ties or whatever.
Yeah, and the Vaseline. That's hilarious.
Yeah, those guys. Yeah.
Yeah, Anderson and I went to 7-Eleven.
You don't have to tell us.
I don't care. It's fine. Nothing happened. It's not like you make it a mystery. It doesn't matter. We went to 7-Eleven.
Yeah, the cover-up is always worse, man.
We were going to buy something. I don't even remember what we really went in there to
It
buy.
was 3 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday,
Yeah.
late Sunday night, and we wanted to get something to eat, and 7-Eleven was the only place open. And I
Right,
think,
but we didn't end up buying anything, except I bought a bottle of baby oil.
right.
And Anderson said, as I walked up to the register, he said, that's not right.
Yeah. As soon because you were like, "Hey, I'm leaving. I got what I needed," and I was like, "Oh, okay." And I come walking up, and I see what you got, and that's what I got. I'm like, "That's not right."
That's the whole story.
And Kevin's like, "What?" He's like, "What? What?" And I'm like, 2 dudes walk into 7-Eleven in Lakewood at 3 o'clock in the morning, and they buy baby oil.
Because Lakewood's a famous place for gay people.
And it's like, I'm like, "Seriously, dude?" And he's like, "What? This guy doesn't think you're gay?" And I looked at him. I go, "I'm not gay." Or something like that. Something to that, you know.
And dude was like, "Sure, you're not gay."
He's like, "Whatever, Lakewood."
Yeah, you don't care. It's so ridiculous. All right. Leon writes into show@videogamenews.com. And he says, "Kevin, I just wanted to use this email as a shout-out to any of the long-time listeners who purchased the original VGN DVDs back in 2008. There are some super rare episodes on it and some videos that I cannot find. If anyone has this DVD and is willing to upload the content somewhere, email the link to vgnarchive@gmail.com. Yeah. There are a couple of super rare episodes on it that have never been played on the stream. And there are videos on it, but, you know, I have one of them somewhere. I did find the original 2005 CD. I have that. The only problem with the DVDs is that listeners found out that there was like 20 shows missing from that collection, and so yeah, there's a dark area, I don't know, a spot, an area where shows that should have been there went away. Hey, and Warren Eldridge just pledged $1 to our Patreon. Thanks, Warren.
Thanks.
Can help sponsor the show.
Thanks, fella.
People can pay their electric bill.
And we can continue to provide you with vague.
There's been a lot of gay
in the background.
There's been a lot of gay. There's been, you know, the baby oil story, the fucking Dan James dicks out of nowhere story. And Orgaske showed me this video while we were sitting there. He was dressed up as the Fly at this Halloween party, and then he took off his robe and he was in like lingerie doing Rocky Horror Picture Show. I'm like, that's not right. Put that away.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah, especially there.
it yeah, so it was kind of funny, but I was just like, I can't handle any more of the game. It's just too much going on. All right. Well, you guys got anything going on? You guys playing anything? Larry, do you even play video games other than Candy Crush?
I was gonna say I'm currently on level 1,223 on Candy Crush. Also, I've been doing this. This is the sort of like OCD, bipolar, whatever I am. I started doing some of the Lord of the Rings Online again because they're switching off the server. So I wanted to go get the title for my server before I have to move the character to another one. I long ago let my subscription run out though because I wasn't getting on and it was stupid to keep paying for it. So I've been doing some adventuring. I have now moved on to Central Gondor, and as soon as I got there and got to the thing where you have to unlock
Gondor.
the content for that area, I was like, well, I have enough way more turbine points than I need to unlock it, so I could just do that. Or should I get a subscription again now that I'm playing? Because
What'd you do?
Why not?
I talked myself out of it and just used my turbine points because it was like 795 and I have something like 10,000. But I was still like, I haven't played, this week or the last 2 weeks has been the first time since like January that I've actually played, and I was still sitting there thinking, maybe I should just pay for it again. But yeah, so I've moved on to Central Gondor now. This week, Tuesday, I believe, is when they do the transfers for my current world, so I will be bidding a fond farewell.
You're going to get surrounded by complete fucking dickheads.
The Firefoot server. The vast majority of the people that I know on my server are all transferring to the same server anyway, so it's going to be the people that I already know, and even if everybody else is dickheads, there will at least be more population because the one problem with Lord of the Rings has always been they just had way too many servers. They were just way too sparsely populated. So
I don't like that, though.
Unless you were doing end game content, it was like next to impossible to get parties together for some of the bigger runs. Because once everyone got past like the Rift, which I think is a great run, no one wanted to run it anymore. So if you are like trying to level up an alt, you'd be like, who wants to do the Rift? That's lame. You should be doing fucking, Tower of Orthanc. It's like, okay, well, yeah, but I'm level 50 and I would be pulverized in there. So
yeah.
Well, you should level up to 100. That's like, yeah, my main guy is 100. I'm trying to do that with this one.
Well, where's he?
Yeah. I refuse to be one of those lame asses that gets like 2 accounts so I can level myself up. However the hell they do that, where you follow your own character around with 2 accounts.
Yeah, just dumb.
Screw that. So, anyway. I will say the new area, Central Gondor, awesome music. It's a nice little area, good quests so far. So if you're still sticking with Lord of the Rings and haven't hit the new area yet, it's totally worth checking out. So
I'm still doing Elder Scrolls Online when I'm not doing Mad Max, which I'm still enjoying because, it's pretty simple. But I like that you could do all the different character builds, like the different. You don't have to just like you could be a mage, but you could be walking around like plate armor and swinging a battle axe. So I kind of dig that they still allowed all that type of gaming.
RPG type stuff.
Well, just the freedom to just like you're not like set in like in a particular mold. You're allowed to do like you do on the other games. Unlike Skyrim though, where you get to a certain level and all of a sudden your magic's completely fucking ineffective. It's like it's not going to work out very well, is it?
Anderson, do you even play games? Are you playing Madden, or are you still doing the WW?
No, I've kind of stopped doing the wrestling thing. I was showing Bob Marr the thing the other night, letting him do his character. But, not since I bought that Assassin's Creed, and that got all hard, and I was like, screw this. So I've just been playing Madden, and actually I haven't even really been playing that much. I just haven't been playing video games lately just because, I don't know, I just got shot.
It's for losers.
What was that?
I have no idea, but it was outside. It hurts.
You just get capped.
But no, I just haven't been playing games. I mean, I just don't. I've been trying to keep myself busier, trying to keep myself up off the couch, and like if I'm not working, then let's you know, do something else.
Yes.
Which really sucks because then by the end of the night, when I really want to sit down and play video games, I just pass out.
So you do it at the same time.
Right, I do it anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm going to pass out no matter what I do.
Yeah.
I always do. So.
Okay. Well, that's it for the show, everybody. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with more. Looks like we didn't get disconnected or anything with the music, so we'll keep doing it until something bad happens. VideoGameNews.com. Check out VGN Radio on TuneIn. You can also find Tumbling with Tumbleweed on TuneIn, and Video Game News Radio on TuneIn. So also go to VGN.us if you want to listen to the Metal Show. That's it. Peace.
Peace.